The galaxy was at peace, but now it trembles. Emperor and Empress pretenders across the stars have waited patiently, and their wait is almost over. Screens are warming up, and CD-ROMs are spinning, for Master of Orion 2 Battle of Antares is almost here. The folks at Microprose Simtex have listened to gamers the galaxy round, and have worked their wish lists and a few special surprises into the classic game of space exploration and empire building. The story behind Mu 2 is basically the same. Start as emperor of one of several pipsqueak empires looking to expand its elbow room. Take your one planet, a couple of ships, and a whole lot of galaxy, and try to end up on top of the galactic star heap. This time, the Antarans, an advanced xenophobic race from another dimension, will make it hard on everybody by first sending scouts and eventually whole invasion fleets to conquer all. The lost planet of Orion and its guardian are still out there as well. Mu 2 sure presents a prettier face for all space emperors and empresses to enjoy. Graphics are in SVGA and look gorgeous. The user interface is spruced up some as well, and because of the higher resolutions looks neater than it did before. Even so, old-time Mu gamers shouldn't have any trouble getting around. Despite these improvements, you probably won't need a Cray to play the game, but even gamers with older 486 machines may get to participate in the galactic dogpile. And the word participate is a key one because in Mu 2, we finally get the chance to go head-to-head against other carbon-based emperors. Multiplayer options will include hot seat, null modem, dial-up modem, and LAN for up to 8 players. Of course, miscellaneous disasters, computer-controlled races, and all the mysterious Antarans can still be included to add spice to the mixture. The 10 original Mu races are still represented and are basically the same. Mu 2 adds 3 new races. The Illyrians, a matriarchal warrior society. The Nolams, dwarf-like traders, and the Trilarians, aquatic telepaths. Players will also be able to create custom races, adjusting such factors as spying, science, government type, and special abilities like luck, warlord, and repulsive. You can use this customization feature as a handicapping tool in multiplayer games. Give the more experienced players weaker races. Systems can now contain more than one planet or asteroid belt, and each planet can be colonized by a different race. Worlds can be tiny to huge and are composed of several classes like Inferno, Baron, or Turan. Specials can occur either system-wide or on particular planets, and include things like ancient artifacts, a small space monster, pre-spaceflight natives, salvageable debris, etc. Colonies themselves are much more complex, adding a bit of city-building flavor to the game. Depending on the technology you've reached, you'll be able to add a wide variety of buildings to improve your colonies, their security, their production, and the happiness of their inhabitants. Because freighter fleets can move goods as well as colonists, different colonies can now specialize. You don't even have to grow food if you can ship in all that a colony needs. The colony screen has been improved. Now you can do almost all of your colony management from one screen without having to switch back and forth. Ship design and employment is another area that has been extensively reworked. There are now only 5 templates for new designs, but unlike the original, existing ships of an old design are not destroyed when you find the need to create a new design. Instead, they're kept in play until destroyed or specifically scrapped. Ships themselves are more complex, with new factors such as weapons mounts and facing, shield directions, and marines. Special modifications such as heavy mounts, point defenses, and auto-fire, and special systems like the cloaking device, transporters, and troop pods let space admirals tailor ships' designs for very specific missions. Tactical ship combat occurs much as it did in the original, but with some added twists. First off, if players designated the strategic option at the start of the game, all ship combats will be calculated by the computer without even showing the animations. This is a feature intended to speed up multiplayer games. Of course, full tactical combat is still an option. In addition to the familiar moving, attacking, scanning, or retreating, Mu 2 adds boarding actions like raids and capture to really spice things up. Depending on your ship designs, you may need to worry about firing arcs, and shields can be weakened in sections, so you'll need to keep those portions of the ships away from the line of fire of enemy vessels. New to Mu, but familiar to players of Master of Magic, is the concept of heroes called either officers if ship-based or governors if planet-based. While not as all-powerful as they were in MOM, these characters could add an interesting edge to gameplay. Planetary governors can be brought in to shore up a failing or weak colony, and officers can pump up the effectiveness of a ship that they're on. They are apparently a big help when sending a fleet up against the Guardian of Orion or the Antares. The whole technology tree has gotten a major facelift for Mu 2. The tree will be completely visible from the start, and in general, it'll be much less linear and more, well, tree-like. There will be over 60 technology fields split into 8 major categories like power, construction, and computers. Each field will give you access to one or more applications like buildings, troop or spy equipment, ships and ship systems, and so forth. Most of the original Mu technologies are still in the tree, with most of the additions coming in the area of colony development and new goodies for your ships. We've barely covered all the additions, tweaks, and changes made to Mu. While it appears that there are no radical changes in the game system, after all, why mess with a good thing? Master of Orion 2, Battle of Antares looks to have added enough to please both new pretenders to the throne and the old warhorses alike.